So let's do it. All right, first things first, let's start with m equals 36, a equals 20. To get what we need, we're going to write out the factor pairs of 36. So let's start with our smallest pair. Our first number that we're going to multiply by is 1. So 1 times what is 36? 1 times 36 is 36, right? Very good.
I recommend writing out your factor pairs until you find the answer. It's a lot easier to write them out and see them visually than to sit there and think in your head, okay, now what? Now what? So I recommend writing the factor pairs out until you find your A. And if you notice, you're finding the multiples of 36 twice, so that way you don't have to go back through and do it from the second answer.
Yep. All right, what about 2? 2 times what? 18. Okay, and remember our steps that we had yesterday. So if we find a number that equals our A, we can stop, right? Do we have anything that equals our A?
Yes.
Yes. Which one, Darius?
2
2 and
and 18.
18, right? So we have 2 and 18. And we have 2 plus 18. Very good. All right, moving over. Our m is 36 still. Our a is now 37. Let's look at our factor pairs. What? Very good. We have 1 times 36 is 36. And we have 1 plus 36 is going to equal 37. Very good. All right, moving on down. Let's start with 1. 1 times what is 48? 48. 2 times what is 48? Oh, I don't know what that is. Sounds like outer space. All right, do we have something that equals 26 here?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. So I have 2 times 24 is going to equal 48. I have 2 plus 24 is going to equal 26. All right, moving over. I have 48 again, but now my A is 19. Do either of these equal 19 if I add them together? No, so I have to keep figuring out my factor pairs.
3 times 16.
3 times 16. That's it, right? So I have 3 times 16 is going to equal 48. I have 3 plus 16 is going to equal 19. All right, moving on down. M equals 60, A equals 17. So 1 times what is 60? 2 times what is 60? 3 times what is 60? 20. Ooh. 3 times 20. 4 times what is 60?
15.
All right, do we have anything that equals 17 yet?
No.
No. All right, 5 times what is 60?
There you go.
This one?
Yes.
5 plus 12 is going to equal 17? All right, perfect. So we have 5 times 12 equals 60. We have 5 plus 12 equals 17. Very good. All right, now we got a challenge. Did anybody figure out our challenge number? You did? Oh, Awesome. Okay, did anybody do all the factor pairs
Yep,
from 1?
yep.
Okay. Brianna, will you name them off for me?
1 times 360.
Okay.
15 times 24. 18 times 20.
Hold on, I can't go that fast. What did you say? I'm sorry.
15 times 24. 18 times 20.
It's 18 times 20.
It's going to be 18 times 20.
Yeah.
Did anybody do all of them? Like 2 times what equals 360? 3 times what? Or did you just look at your multiplication chart?
A multiplication.
You looked at your multiplication chart? Perfect. Miss Lidikin, I have a question for you. So when they're doing a challenge number like this, do you want them to write out all of the factor pairs or just like some of the factor pairs until they find
I would say write them out until they find it.
so all of them?
Yeah, until they find it.
Okay. So I went ahead and did all of the factor pairs for this one. And I'm glad you guys found the answer. So the answer is going to be 18 times 20. And then 18 plus 20 equals 38. But if we're writing out all of the factor pairs, the next one we're going to have is 2 times 180. Then we're going to have 3 times 120.
But we found the factor.
4 times 90. I'm sorry, what?
So we just found the factor.
You did, but we want you to show all of your work. We want you
Okay,
to...
I see what you're saying. I wasn't listening to it. If they found
Okay.
the factor pair already, it's okay.
Oh, okay. So don't write them all out. Okay, never mind.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's perfect. That's good for you guys. So if you find that factor pair, then you're good. So never mind. Ignore this. Good job. 18 and 20. All right. Does everybody have that on the front page? All right. Fun fact, there's a back page. So go ahead and flip it over. Back side, yep.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is what we were doing last week. Remember, for this, we're finding the height and the width still. We still need to find those two numbers. So, well, I guess 3. So, because these numbers are not in parentheses, what does that make them for my rectangles? My area. Very good. Thank you, Kelsey. So, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to label these as my area. And I'm going to plug them into the boxes. So I have 15c squared and 18c. Remember that my formula for area is going to be A equals height times width. So who can help me figure out what my height is going to be? How am I going to find that? I'm going to factor it out, right? Very good. So I'm going to find that greatest common factor of 15c squared and 18c. So if I factor this out, I get 5 and 3. Those are both prime. If I factor 18 out, I'm going to get 6 and 3. And then 2 and 3. Circle those prime numbers. Go ahead and write those out. So I have 15 equals 3 times 5. And then 18 is going to be equal to what, Isaiah? What's 18 equal to? What times what times what?
2 times 3 times 3.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Do we see any common numbers in both 15 and 18? 3, right? Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle those 3s. Because there's only one 3, that means my greatest common factor is going to be 3. And then let's go ahead and look at my variables. I have a c squared and a c. What is the lowest amount of variables that I have in both my numbers?
C.
Just a c, right? Very good. So my height and my greatest common factor is 3C. Now I can go ahead and plug those numbers in to find my width. So I have 3C times blank equals 15C squared. What times 3 equals 15? 5. And I have a C, but I need another C, so what am I going to have in my width? Another C, right? 5C. Hi. All right, 5C. Very good. Let's go ahead and do our last rectangle. So we have 3C for our height times blank is equal to 18C. 3 times what is 18? Anyone? Anyone? 6. Very good.
9, I'm dead.
6. All right, we have a C. We only need one C. Do we need any C's in our width? No. So our width for this one is 6. All right, don't forget that we have to plug these in. So I accidentally wrote in my workspace, but just kind of ignore that. So equals. All right, we're going to do our height times our width. So we have 3C. Ooh.
What is 15C squared plus?
What? That's your area.
Yeah, those are common factors.
What? Wait, what? No. You gotta put.
If you do, why did you say duh?
You gotta put that like that.
You have to put your answer right next to it. Yeah, I know. I just wrote in it on accident. So see how my equal sign is like kind of to the bottom of it? That's my way of fixing it. So we have 3C for our height times by 5C plus 6. Close parentheses.
Is that you?
And that's your answer. 3C is our height. 5C plus 6 is our width. All right. So for this bottom one, let's go ahead and finish this up strong. I have 20C plus 24. Those are not in parentheses, so what does that mean that those are? Joey? Is it our area, our height, or our width? Area, yep. All right, if I have two areas, how many rectangles am I going to have in my model? 2, right?
You're gonna have one.
I'm going to have 2.
You're gonna have two spaces with one rectangle.
One rectangle, yes. I'm going to have 2 rectangles in one model. Yes. That's what I try to be. Deontay is extra. All right, how am I going to find my height? How am I going to find my height, Brendan? Factor tree, very good. So, 2 numbers that multiply to get 20. 2 and 10. Perfect. 2 numbers that multiply to get 24.
3 and 8. You said what?
6 and 4.
Right. That works.
Any of it works. It's all going to be the same at the end of the day.
Right. Tell me.
At the end of the day. The 3 is.
All right, now I'm going to make sure that my work is elsewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write over here. I have 20 is equal to what times what times what, Darius?
2, 2,
5.
5. Yeah, that's
Darius, Deontay. Darius, you can do the next one. What's 24 equals to?
3 times 2 times
Or
You're right, but what order do we put them in?
2 times 3. I mean, no,
times 2 times 2 times 3.
I knew what you meant. That's okay.
2.
All right, we have our 2's in common, right? And what else?
2.
Another 2. Anything else?
No.
All right, we have 2 2's in common, so that means that we're going to take 2 times 2, and our greatest common factor is going to equal 4.
C.
Is it a C? Do both of our numbers have a C in common?
No.
No, they don't, right?
So it's just 4.
It's just 4. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to plug in my 4. It's in that red over here. All right, now let's plug them in and find our width. So I have 4 times blank equals 20C. 4 times what is 20? 5C, very good. 4 times blank equals 24. 6. All right, now I can go ahead and plug it in up here. So I have A equals height times width. So I have 4 times 5C plus 6. Close parentheses and box my answer. Do you guys remember how to do that one? Perfect. Good deal.
Test on that one.
Well, it will be